Welcome all of my fellow clergymen. I am the Funeral Parlor. Today I am coming at you with my top 10 vehicles in GTA Online. Some points to go over before I begin this list is that these are, in my opinion, my top 10 cars. They are in no particular order, but I am doing them in an order that I put them on a list to keep things going smoothly. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to begin so you guys can see I've actually accumulated them in a garage, starting with this first one right here, which is the Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom, which is based on the 1970 Plymouth Superbird and 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. I like to call this the Dodge Daytona because that's essentially like what it is to me. One of my favorite muscle cars, and when they added the ability to make it custom, which is like putting this like nose cone on the front of it, it made me so happy that they actually added this into the game because I was like, I like the car. I liked the car before they added it, and then they added it, and I actually have like four of these um, in my office, my CEO office garages. So, yeah, that like I said, that stands out to me as like why I really like it. Um, yeah, on to the next one. Got the Obey Omnis EGT, which is based on the Audi e-tron GT. I do not have a year for this one specifically because whenever I looked it up, it didn't give me a year. But as a note, I'm not into like a lot of modern cars, as you'll clearly be able to tell by these top 10 vehicles. But this one surprised me because I'm also not into electric vehicles, and this one is an electric vehicle. And to say the least, it was definitely interesting because I was like, I guess I'm not used to myself liking an electric vehicle, but this one, I left it the paint stock and the livery that was on it stock as well. I think I left the wheels on it too because it just looked really good. Plus, it was like I think the first car that I put a missile lock-on jammer on after I got the agency, which I just bought like a couple weeks ago. So yeah, that also like helped in the fact that made me like this car a lot. On to the next one. We got the Vapid, excuse me, Vapid Dominator ASP based on the 2000 Mustang SVT Cobra R. Now, this is going to be another one where I like the car in game. I do not like the car in real life. I do not like this version of Mustang in real life. I prefer the older ones, like 60s, 70s Mustangs. This one, however, is in my top 10 in GTA because of its performance in the muscle class and racing. I think it does like really good. Not only that, but it's also I think counts as a tuner car in like the drag races and stuff. So this one is like my go-to for that as well. Like muscle car and tuner car, this is like my fastest one. Next one, we've got the Bravado Banshee GTS based on the Dodge Viper SRT GTS 5th gen. Do not know what year it is. Do not ask me because I wasn't able to find it. Was super stoked when this car came out. I'm a huge fan of the Viper. Uh, Not Randy Orton, as most of you would probably think. I am a fan of Randy Orton. I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, I was extremely stoked whenever this car came out in online because the other two Banshees that we have, I'm not a huge fan of them because of like the body style. This one made it like evident that they were like looking for like realism in their cars, and this one did not disappoint. It drives well. It's one of the fastest cars in the sports class. It is overall just an amazing vehicle. I don't have much else to say about it. I actually really like this car. Remember when I first bought it, I kept taking it out and I was driving this like exclusively, which I still do, but I have a lot of cars, so I don't drive all of them like I should. Next one up is the Declasse Vigero ZX, based on the Chevy Camaro XL1 6th gen. which again don't know what year, but I think it said it was around like 2015 to like 2022 roughly. Again, this is another car that whenever they added it into the game, I had to get my hands on it because everything about this car makes it look realistic. Also, if you guys want, I can make a list on the top 10 like most realistic looking cars, like what I would find the most realistic. I will. Spoiler alert, there's going to be a lot of them that are in this garage that would end up being on that list. Some of them would be removed, but that's not here or there. Like I said, this car, I absolutely liked it whenever they dropped it. This is, like I said, one of the better cars. It performs very well in the muscle class too. I'd say that this and the ASP are like right on the same track, I think. I could very well be wrong about that, but I don't honestly know because I don't know like the performance stats. I know some people like know like the performance stats, like oh it's in so many positions from this. Like I don't know. I don't know where it sits in that class. But anyway, on to the next one. We got the Benefactor LM87, which is based on the Mercedes-Benz C9 Group C race car. Another car where, again, not a huge fan of it in real life because, well, one, I'm not into most supercars in real life, but this one in the game I got when it was on discount around the time it first came out, and again, really enjoyed this vehicle. I drove it all the time whenever I first got it. I use it in races a lot because, like I said, this car is like a really good track performing car. I think it's in like top 10, top 20 as far as like the supercar class goes. I could be wrong. I don't know that one like specifically, but I do know that it is like a really, really nice race car. I really like this car. On to the next one, we have the newly added, which I think was like added for everybody last week, which is the Class A Tampa GT, based on the 1967 Plymouth Belvedere GTX. Now that one's actually like almost like speculation by me because the Class A in GTA is supposed to be like Chevy for the most part, and I couldn't find a Chevy car that this looked like specifically, but that's not the reason why I like it. I just like this car because like it's one of the cars that like whenever they added it in this update, I was like, okay, this is definitely a car that I can really get behind. I really like the look of this car, and I was like, I might as well. Painted it like a grayish silver metallic with a blue pearlescent. Looks real cool. I almost thought this looked like the Ford Falcon at first, but I think I was actually wrong about that. So I honestly do not know. Um, yeah. On to the next one. We got the. Forgive me if I'm saying this wrong. The Dubashi Wagoner, which is based on the Aston Martin Valkyrie prototype hypercar. That's what I got from the GTA wiki. Um, I'm gonna say this, and I know a lot of people say this that know anything about this car, and I honestly stand on it. It is one of the best budget like supercars in the game because it's friendly for budgets. It is friendly for performance. I think it's in like top 15 as far as like the supercar class goes, as far as races go, so that's already good. And it doesn't cost that much, and most cars that cost that much are never that good, but this one is. I think I've got like two or three of these. Um, I mean, that says a lot about a car whenever you have them. I think it's because like I found it and I was just like, I really like this car, so I have like two or three of them. I'd probably have a lot more like that too if that was the case, but yeah. So on to the second to last one, which is the Invitero Coquette D5. I could be saying that wrong. Based on the Chevy Corvette C6. Now, this car, along with the Banshee over there, when they got added to the game, I was like, oh my god, like we're finally getting cars that, like, as far as their looks go, make a lot of sense. I was so happy when they added this because the first gen Corvette that we got in this game, the regular Coquette. I had one back on when I was on PS3. But when they added this one, I was like, yeah, this is the one that stands and holds true for me because I really like this car, like the way it drives. It actually holds up pretty well in the sports class races too. So don't knock this one until you've tried it. I've tried it before and it actually holds up pretty well. It actually, I think it's in like top 5. I could be wrong about that, but I know the last time I raced it, I ended up getting like top 3, and the other 2 cars in front of me were a Banshee GTS and the Niobe. So it is definitely I will say it's overpriced, but then again, most of the vehicles in this game, some are, some aren't, are definitely overpriced. But that I guess can't be helped. Hopefully, we get a better system in the next game. I don't know what to say other than that. Now, on to my last car in my top 10 is the Declasse Draugr, which is based on the Chevy off-road concept. Now, you're probably wondering why the fuck would you put a car in your top 10 that is as open as this? I do not care that it is open. That is not the reason why it is on my top 10. It is on my top 10 because, for starters, it's got 4 doors, which holds 4 people. It is one of the better off-roaders, as it is in like top 3 for off-road races, I want to say. I could be wrong about that. I'm taking that based on information that I've heard from other YouTubers. I don't think I've ever raced this one since I've gotten it, but I do enjoy using it in free mode, online. It is really good. I do, like I said, enjoy using this vehicle a lot. Kind of wish that we could have done like something a little bit different with it, but it's still one of my favorites. And also, whenever I did this paint scheme, the orange and purple, I really, really liked it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely something different. I really like that. I should have painted the rims. So yeah, there you got it. My top 10 cars in GTA. I was trying to make this video as short as I could. I do not know how long it is currently, but I will say I did have fun making this garage, and now I'm going to have even more fun trying to put these cars back in the garages that they belong in, if I remember where I took them out of. So this is going to be an interesting game of find the puzzle pieces and put the puzzle together, because that's exactly what the fuck I'm about to do. Anyway, if you liked this video and you want to see more of this, like I said, I can make a top 10 like most realistic looking cars in game, and I'm not gonna lie to you, there's like at least 4 in here that 4 or 5 in here that would easily make the list for that. You guys want to see that, go ahead, but if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, because why not? If you disagree with my top 10 list, even though it's my top 10 list, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say. Anyway, other than that, I'm the Funeral Parlor, and I'll see you at the funeral.